Hello.
Did you just say hello?
Nope. I said hello. It's close enough.
You're a worm, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
You don't by any chance know the way through this labyrinth, do you?
Nah. I'm just a worm. Come inside. Meet the missus.
I have to solve my way through this labyrinth, but there ain't no turns or anything. It just goes on and on and on.
It's full of openings. It's just you ain't seeing them.
Well, where are they?
There's one just across right there. Come inside. Have a cup of tea.
But there ain't no turns or anything.
Of course there is. You try walking through it. See what I mean? Go on then. Hey, hang on. Don't go that way. Never go that way. Kept on going that way. Should have gone straight to the castle.
Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Jessie.
And welcome to our show.
A Nameless Production.
Party queens, cooler than you are made. Your earhole seductions is the Nameless Productions. For your earhole seductions is the Nameless Productions. For your earhole seductions is the Nameless.
And today, can you guess or who we are?
We are diving into the Labyrinth.
This is the ballroom scene.
Yeah.
Pop.
We went full Labyrinth today with Sarah and Jareth, and I have my magic marbles, and I took us to the masquerade ball, and that's where we are.
Goblin King.
Yes, because I'm the Goblin King.
Goblin King.
I'm basically a goblin.
Yeah. And I don't know where little Toby is right now, but...
He's with the goblins.
You remind me of the babe.
What babe?
The babe of the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
Hoodoo. You do what?
Uh-huh.
Remind me of the babe.
Okay, well, it's been a while. As a child growing up, this was my favorite movie. It was amazing. I loved it. The whole thing, it was just exciting.
I want the door knockers.
Oh, God.
I want the
Those
door
are
knockers.
amazing. Yeah.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, go watch The Labyrinth with David Bowie. But if you haven't seen it, it's like 80s green screen, so don't be expecting like crazy shit.
Right. But, oh my gosh, it was the most amazing movie at that time, and even to this day, I could watch it over and over again.
And we were inspired by the mask that we wore during our Mike Pinto interview.
Yeah.
Which we will have for you guys later in our episode.
We will, and that was a really good time. We recorded that a little while ago, so I'm happy that we were finally able to get to our 49th episode so that we could go all out, you know, like Jessie and I like to do. We like to really put our effort into it. We took the whole day again, and we came in, we set up, you know, got our costumes together. Jessie pretty much made her whole costume. She even cut the hair and everything. Luckily, mine was just like a dress.
Oh, wait, we have the perfect outfit for you. There's a fucking ball gown with poofy sleeves and everything. It's literally a wedding dress.
Look.
I mean, we just had that in a bag in a fireplace in our studio.
I think we can thank Carrie Bedoya.
Ooh, okay.
She's a family friend of ours, and she donated a bunch of costumes to us. Dang, donated costumes are like one of Jessie and I, our dreams. Oh my God. And we were going through all our shit today, and we're like, dang,
we did not dress up enough.
Yeah, we had big plans, and then we got really busy. We kind of like slowed down on our themes and our dressing up, and that's our therapy. You know, we used to do it once a week. Like, we would come in and we would deck out.
And again, if you're listening to this and not watching this, because we know a lot of you listen and don't watch, at least go on our Instagram, A Nameless Production, and look at the photos. I'm David Bowie today.
Yep, and I'm Sarah.
I am Jareth, she is Sarah, and it's whole shebang. And yes, we used to do this once a week, full on shenanigans.
And then we got busy. We started doing things, and sometimes things became a job, and then we forgot to have fun, and so this is nice.
A huge part of why that went away, one was we were doing the interviews, and to do the interviews, we go out. It's a lot easier to catch people at a show than it is to arrange for a time for them to come to our studio. We would love to have people involved in this.
Oh, yeah. Anybody who wants to be involved, if you're an artist and you want to be on our show,
hit us up.
Bring it on.
We also enjoy going out and seeing the people perform and being there for all of those parts as well. One of the things was I was not doing very well health-wise. I got really sick in February around Cali vibes, and I was on medication since then. And I quit taking that medication, and it was a game changer. And I feel a lot better now, and it saved me when I needed it. But there is a time limit on that pill, and my doctor ignored the time limit until I got in a fight with my sister. And then I was like, fuck, I gotta quit taking these meds. These are terrible. I quit taking them, and now I'm better.
Sorry. I was trying.
I was taking a medication for my stomach for gastroparesis, and I'm not taking it now, and I look better, I feel better, and I have more energy. With more energy, we are able to go back to our therapy of weird shenanigans.
Agree, because, man, I missed this, and, like, today I felt pretty good myself. I went and I got acupuncture. It was, it was weird because they're putting needles, like, in your hand here and here and here and here.
No,
and
here's,
here.
you have to say the spots.
Oh, sorry. Well, you guys guess. No, I'm just kidding. So they're putting needles, like, in your arm, in your thumb, a little bit on your forearm, up on your shoulder, in your neck, on your toes, your big toe. She did it on my back, on my stomach. I had to flip over each time. So 15 minutes I sat there each time with those needles in there. I left and I was tired. Parts of my arm hurt a little bit. And so she's like, no, you just need to rub it out. By the time I came here to the studio to meet up with Jessie when it happened, I was like, dang, I kind of feel really good. My pain kind of subsided as the day went on. And by that night, I was like, dang, we should go out. We should go do something. Acupuncture worked for like 3 days. I felt really good. And like on the 4th day, I was like, oh, I kind of feel things tensing up a little bit, doing the weird shit again. So tomorrow I'll go again. They said you could go 2 times a week. So for now, I'll just go 2 times a week until... maybe forever, I don't know.
until she figures out
until
why.
I figure out what the heck is happening, yeah.
I like those kind of solutions where, it is annoying when they say it's diet and exercise, but you can control a lot of things with diet and exercise. You'll still have the issues, but then you can do like the homeopathic stuff and the hippie shit, as I like to call it. Those things do work, and they do help. You'll still have the underlying issue, but you won't be dealing with as many things that hold you back from your day-to-day life.
Right. I was able to do a lot of things just because I took that 30 minutes to go do that. And it's really cool because a lot of even insurance companies will offer acupuncture. And I highly recommend it now that I've tried it.
She was like, damn, I should have tried it before.
I should have, yeah. And now I'm like, oh my God, you should try it. What? You have this? You should try acupuncture. Because at this point... I was like, what am I going to do? So acupuncture it is for now.
Along with the rest of the other shit.
Well, yeah, I'm eating right. I'm drinking lots of water.
Well,
I'm
still
taking
going to
vitamin.
the doctor,
Well, I'm going to the doctor.
Yeah. She's still doing...
I didn't give up altogether and be like, nah, I'll just do acupuncture. The old me would have fucking done that. I would have been like, nah, cool. So they're not going to help me today, then I'm done. Like, I used to do that. Like, one time, go to the doctor. They're not helping me. Then screw you.
The peace out.
Yeah, exactly.
These solutions came right after we were very tired, and we went to the Slightly Stupid Fortunate Youth Show, and then we went to Surf Rodeo.
That was a long weekend.
Melissa had Allison down, a house guest, her best friend.
And then we made her go to surf rodeo with us.
And it was like right at that weekend where we had all of these plans. We were supposed to be doing interviews at that show, but we both felt so shitty and we were both so exhausted that it was like overwhelming how hard that weekend was. I had to use a cane. I literally walked with a cane and I needed it very badly.
Oh, yeah. And I drove, that weekend I drove like 10 hours and my arms and my nerves and shit are not liking that one bit. They were like, nah, but we had to. We had plans and we also made like a commitment. So we decided, all right, well, no matter what we're going to feel like on Monday, we're going to do everything that we said we were going to do. And honestly, it's really nice and it was memorable and it was cool and it was a good time.
Yeah, it really was.
I definitely wish that 5 Point Amphitheater would change their seating a little bit and give you like at least another 2 feet of space. Like maybe they're going to have to knock out 20 people from being at the show, but everybody else will be a little bit comfortable. I get very claustrophobic, so if you get claustrophobic, it's rough. You're in between everybody.
Funny. She's like, let's go to a show every weekend, but also I hate people. I don't like going out. Don't let anybody touch me. And why is there a crowd?
So on Friday, after I got acupuncture, I wasn't like that at all. So I decided that every time before I go to a show, I'm going to go get acupuncture in the morning.
That's pretty good. Do it.
And then I'll feel good and I'll feel happy and you don't feel all, Argh. It like literally made me feel like airy, if that makes sense. Yeah. If anybody understands, like if you have something going on, you're always clenched and you're always like, ugh. And then when they do that, you're like,
it's like such a release.
It was a really nice release for a while. And so if you're looking for that, that's something you should try. You should try it.
Yes, you should. We went to 5 Point Amphitheater. I like amphitheaters. And do you want to know what I don't like very much is Bayfest.
I hate Bayfest. Oh my God. Bayfest is probably the worst.
It's a very hard venue to go to. I have to sometimes use a cane now.
Yeah.
I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. My joints pop out. It's a legit thing. Bayfest as a venue fucking hurts.
Yeah, you have to be, if you're like young and you like that type of shit and you like to be like,
you want to go drink outside on a lawn all day?
Where there's somebody like
touching
by your
you?
head and you need to go to the bathroom, but you have to swim through 800,000 people to get to the bathroom. Fucking
Bayfest was rough. We went last year in 2021, and it was not a good time. I chipped a tooth at Bayfest.
Yeah.
From other people acting a fool.
There's nowhere to sit.
I almost got in a fight with a grown man because he wouldn't stop jumping and rubbing on me and talking to me.
Yeah.
Bayfest did not leave us with a happy taste in our mouth.
I will tell you one thing. You can actually go back on our YouTube channel, and you can look up the Bayfest one. And we will tell you how much we hated it. That wasn't a place that we decided we wanted to go again.
So the point of our rant is that we're a little bit disappointed because our canceled Dirty Heads show got rescheduled. They changed it from Petco Park to Bayfest. And that is a very huge downgrade.
Yeah, stadium versus a festival is just...
We didn't have good vibes or experiences there.
No.
So our Dirty Heads show was rescheduled from Petco Park to Bayfest, and now we're having to decide if we're going to go, and that is such a hard thing.
We already decided. I would rather get that money back and pay to go see them at a place of my choosing. I don't feel that bait and switching is a good way to handle a reschedule.
I agree.
I didn't pay to go to Bayfest.
And
I
we
paid
would
to go
not
to Petco Park. There would have been, we would have said no. We would have been like, nah, we're cool.
So that was a bummer, especially as Dirty Sisters.
Yeah, because fuck, we love Dirty Heads. Like, Dirty Heads is my all-time favorite band. Like, I love them. I know every single one of their songs. I fucking love them.
And they have new songs.
Yeah, and I fucking want to see it. And I'm mad because...
Having to, like, walk with a cane now when I go to festivals or concerts and stuff, Bayfest seems like the meanest place I could go to myself. Like, that is painful to choose to do.
Yeah.
That's a disappointment in music news.
In music news, we're disappointed. We don't know if anybody else is.
No, we do know
other people are.
Yeah, we do know there's other people disappointed, and it was the people who experienced it with us in 2021 who are like, nah, we didn't pay for that. We're not going to a Bayfest show. We'll catch them somewhere else.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dirty Heads.
Yeah, sorry, Dirty Heads. I don't know. Yeah, so on to bigger and better happy things.
So in good news is that there's all kinds of new songs coming out. Dirty Heads has new music, and it is enjoyable. We talked about the music video before, but Life's Been Good is a new one, and then they have new stuff that's dropping. Jareth drops hints on his Instagram all the time if you follow Jareth Watson. Other people who have new songs, one that I'm super stoked about is Through the Roots has the song No Friends, and that music video, I've probably watched it myself 50 times just because it's hilarious.
Oh, I have to watch it. I used to love music videos, and I never watch them for some reason.
Oh, man, that one gets me giggling.
Where do you watch
every
music
time.
videos?
On YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And I just type it in, Through the Roots, No Friends. That music video, it's like a guy who lives alone on the beach, and he's just getting high with a teddy bear he won at a fucking carnival. And that is a really great music video. Good job, you guys. A+. Also, we got to talk to Mike Pinto. And that was amazing.
Yeah, Mike Pinto's been around for a really long time in the reggae scene. He used to tour all the time. And then, he kind of slowed down. And then the reggae scene took off. And it was like,
yeah.
And then he's like, wait, what? So he's like, in the middle.
Yeah, so we got to catch up with him where now instead of being on tour, he already lived the tour life as a musician, and he tells us all about it in the interview, but just as like a precursor to that, he talks about the different stages of being a musician, and it's kind of broken down into he switched his focus from touring to helping other people create music. So he's been doing music for years and years and years. And years.
And years.
And years. And he'll tell you all the fuck about it.
Right now.
Hello.
Hold on.
Oh, we got a little Mardi Gras theme.
Hey.
Will you introduce yourself?
Yeah, introduce yourself. Who are you, Andy Ben?
I'm Mike Pinto, and I've been playing this reggae rock genre with a little twist of East Coast folk and soul for a long time now, about 15 years. I've been doing this, and I lived in San Diego. I was there for 12 years.
Where do you live now?
That being now I live in New Jersey, in Central Jersey, also known as the Jersey Shore. But I know. I try to say the beaches of New Jersey to throw people off, but I have to be honest with you from here on out. Now that I'm late.
Oh well, that's
once I got off the road, this whole genre popped off like crazy.
You mentioned you were on the road before, and now you're doing songwriting and working more from home. How do you maintain an income with music?
Oh, I've been pretty fortunate. Somehow I got my music out to a lot of people early on. So I've been able to be a musician just with like iTunes and stuff. And, I'm basically wrote and produced everything except with my friend Chuck Treese is the other guy who plays with G Love now and is the only guy I kind of, did writing splits with. So with me, I just put out a lot of records and, pushed and toured for long enough where it did have like a residual effect. And then I gotta admit, I gotta get
or streams.
Yeah, downloads and streams. Yeah, so that kept me going enough to pay my bills.
That's good.
And I was still playing shows regionally. I was still playing in Arizona and California and the West Coast, Texas, but it just wasn't like it was before, where I was touring 200 days a year.
Dang. So where
That's a lot of days.
Right? I was like, do you have a favorite place that you've played? A favorite venue or favorite state or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, SoCal is always been so good to me, and I felt like they really accepted me, especially being from being from the East Coast and Philly, which is a tough city for this genre still. So to go there and San Diego just like embrace me as one of their own And that's been great. I mean, Florida's always great. Colorado is great. I'm finally getting back to Colorado. I love playing anywhere. I don't care as long as people care and are there and excited. So like to that. Say, you know, I think I've had the best opportunities in the places that I've been. Some awesome festivals, even like North Carolina. I did like Cali Roots when they did it in Carolina, and it went off. In Wilmington. So, I mean, I love the city of Wilmington. I love playing there. Cali Roots, Carolina, which was 10 years ago. So, you know, you folks don't forget. You don't forget, which is great. And, you know, I just played in Guam, which is crazy to say. People are like, where the hell is Guam? But I played there. That's got to be up there in special places in my heart, too, because we're going back to a little time called MySpace days. When somebody from Guam asked me to come out and play, and I went out and did like 2 sold out shows, like 300-400 people each night. From then, I didn't realize when I left, you know, like they played me on the radio for like 4 years. I'm just finding this out now.
Oh, cool.
Which I can't even imagine how much that costs, and like, you know, record labels pay for that. So I got it for free somehow. I got lucky for being somebody who has no idea what the hell he's doing. So.
That's fair, but then you learn as you go. And once you do it, you have the experience, and you can go back and look and say, oh, okay, I guess I knew enough to make it through it. And now you can do it again.
Yeah.
And you work hard to get where you are too, so that makes sense as well. So even if you don't even know what you're doing, you're working hard to get there, so you've earned it either way.
I mean, I've definitely worked hard. There's, you know, I never was willing to be, you know, to really go for it. As far as joining labels, I always just wanted some sort of independence.
Yeah.
Like fiercely independent. I don't know why that got in my head as a young person. I only really had like one manager my whole career, and it was not only for a few years. The whole idea for me of being a musician is the freedom of it. And then so it seems counterintuitive for me to like be forced to go on the road all the time for your entire life.
In the beginning, you mentioned you were on tour 200 days out of the year. So how does it feel being home now versus being on tour?
Well, right now it feels good to be home. I don't know. I just want to win in life. I don't want to just win in my career, because you just hear these stories over and over again, and people who are like, oh, look, they're doing so great in their jobs, and the rest of, especially music, and the rest of their lives are in shambles.
Right.
That is something.
I didn't want that.
The home work balance is a big one, and it's always kind of surreal to like, we follow, you know, all of you artists on Instagram and stuff, and you see the goodbye, like you see the photos when you guys are leaving your families, and it's almost like, dang, we're gonna borrow you so that we can go have live music. Yeah. Sometimes it feels weird as a fan where you're like, damn, I feel a little guilty.
Yeah, I feel really guilty. Like, what's their family doing without them?
Thank you for letting us borrow you sometimes.
We appreciate appreciate your music.
People do say something. They say that to my wife sometimes, you know, like, thank you for, you know, loaning your husband out.
That's really nice. Thank you to your wife.
And your kids.
I mean,
genuine feeling.
Yeah, I mean, we're big boys and girls here, you know, I mean, we make those choices. I just know that, like, I remember there was this period in my career where everything was going well, and I had the management agent, and I was doing everything that, like, I was dreaming of doing, and I was like, oh shit, I'm still not happy. Like, why not?
Whoa, the suspense. Wait,
leave it like that.
This is supposed to be awesome, you know? And so I just had to recalibrate, and it took me a while to really figure out what I wanted, which is to have a family, and that, you know, and have not just music as a life. You know, one week you're doing your career too much, and then the next week you're like, oh man, maybe I'm neglecting my career. But that's any business.
Yeah,
That's anything that you're
I was
in.
gonna
So-
say, I think that's really in any career that happens, because you have to find the career balance. But I mean, you still have to find that balance, because I mean, you said you were in Guam, you were in Hawaii, right? So you went to these places,
Guam,
and you went
Hawaii,
to play, right? So
yeah, and I
you're
met
gone.
Allison in Seattle. I mean, if I don't go on tour, I don't meet Allison. I'm not talking to you, ladies. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you know, so you got to do it.
Seattle,
You got to,
Guam.
you know, and I'm excited to do it. Me, that's been my whole thing, is trying to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing on this earth here, I guess. Not to
Well,
get too deep about it, but
but
No.
one thing, I mean, you had so many years of music, and you said you reached all these goals and you didn't have that happy feeling, and you realized, oh, I want the family. But what's important about that is, as you grow and you reach goals, you make new goals, and it's just a cycle. It's supposed to keep on going.
Yeah.
So as you succeed, okay, well, I did tour. Now what's the next step? There's always a next step. And so right now it's the young family, home life. Like, there's always a shining light of balance, where you have two things that, you know, like two main hats. You're supposed to have new goals. You're supposed to have it change. You're supposed to realize, okay, I did that.
Yeah.
That happiness can't sustain for the rest of your life.
Well, and that's just growth.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like,
And so
that's
you're
what
on the
growth
right-
is out.
It's the right path.
definitely. And it takes you a while, especially when you're in your own life, to realize that it actually sounds a lot better when you say it. Yeah.
Well, you can just record that and play that anytime you have to.
Yeah. Yeah. As an alarm when I wake up.
Yeah.
You know?
Just replay it every morning in your brain.
It's supposed to
Yeah.
change. It's supposed to become something. You
Yeah.
did reach the goal.
Yeah.
And so now how do I take this level of my life and this success and go to a new level? And it's adding a family is a level up. It adds a whole new part of your life, and you're still balancing it. You're still succeeding in music. You're still going out and playing.
Thank you.
And being there for your family.
Yeah. So,
Oh man, I need to have this once a week Zoom.
so I'll let you know,
Make
Jessie
me
and
feel
I
better.
call this a Melissa and Jessie therapeutic experience, because we have a lot of insight.
I can see why now.
Yeah, a lot of insight on things. And Jessie, she's really smart. So, you know.
It's easy to see
Well, wait.
from the outside.
Yeah.
It's easy to evaluate it from the outside and to say, no, I mean, we can see the goals that you've reached. We can see the success. It's in the numbers, and we can see the new levels.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a mom and we have a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I know
We have
every
to
day.
juggle things too.
How old your daughter? Or
I have
son?
3 kids. I have an 11-year-old,
nice.
a 9-year-old, and a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, way to go.
I have kids. My son is going to be 22.
Oh, nice.
And then I have
no way. What you were young. You were young. You
Well,
were young.
I'm going on 43, so I'm up there. I mean, I wasn't too young. Now that you've reached the goal of a family, what is your next goal?
Absolutely. I really want to get involved with other singer and songwriters and write songs for them in a little bit of a different atmosphere, like be a part of a studio with this genre and other genres that I'm like, I want to do it the old style way. A lot of, you send files to people. I want to be there. I want people to be coming to my studio or me going to their studio and like vibing out and like figuring out what part of their life is and write about them as characters and write something personal for other people that I relate to as well. And you hope other people do. I like the pressure of being in the studio, having to write something. I've written so much about my life. I'd like to dig in with other people and like we're talking now.
Yeah.
Just the same way. I did it with artists out of Nashville, and we wrote a great song the first day, and you catch that lightning. I've written 70, 80 songs about my life, basically, you need other people's energy to continue to write things that are fresh. I do believe that. Maybe that's my own experience, but I kind of am like,
you need other people to have experiences to write about. I mean,
you can't have every experience.
It's almost like the old way that the old record labels used to do it. They used to sit in a room and, smoke cigarettes by a piano and a guitar and have to knock out something by the end of the day. I don't smoke cigarettes, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever we got to do to get the job done.
Yeah.
And I'm open. Like, I'd really love to. Yeah, there you go. I've been manifesting some things like that lately, and it's been happening. I'm gravitating towards people who are like that, and I'm in a really good place in my life, and I feel like I wish I would have done this sooner. I always said to my wife, she's younger than me, but I said, I wish I would have found you sooner so I could have just got to here like 5 years prior.
Yeah, but you never would have been the same person at all.
Yeah.
A different person.
Yeah.
All those lessons that you learned in those 5 years had to be learned for you to be humble and proud at the same time and know your hard work gave you what you have now.
Because then you may not have appreciated it 5 years ago.
You got to be positive in this business too. And I moved out by myself and couldn't really quite trust people for a while. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's the Sicilian in me and the East Coaster in me. It took me a little while in the business. I'm just overprotective. Sometimes I wish I had that time back. But like I said,
well, that's good advice because I don't trust anybody. Just
I know it's hard. It's hard, especially when you're talking about something as personal as music to you, and
especially how you said you write it about your own life, so it's more personal and more meaningful to you. What happens with these songs?
I respect artists like you who give us a piece of you, not just a piece of whatever you want to say, not a fake version of what you're producing to us. I like that.
The more people that you connect with, the more opportunities you have. And so, okay, so we have our 50th episode coming up and we want to get everyone together who we've had on our show and do like a mashup where everybody gets together and records something together, which is exactly how you said. Like, it could be a new song, it could be something you already have, but that vibe is what we want, because that's what this community is about, is everybody getting together and just spreading the love, because music is love. And so the more people that you can collaborate with and work with, the more love and energy you can absorb and share.
I'm really impressed by you fans about what you do for the musicians. This scene, I don't know much other. I don't hear about this. I mean, I've gone on the road for like 25 dates and stayed at 25 houses. You know what I mean? Like,
Kyle Smith just did that for his tour. They couch hopped.
Yeah, I know. Kyle Smith is where is doing what I did when I was in 2008 and 9, and I'm proud of him. I keep telling him to rest because you need to rest.
Everybody says that.
We're like, you need to stop for a minute.
I know he's got a huge motor. He's got a huge motor, but
Yeah.
And I've been where he is. I think I saw him post about loneliness, and I'm just like, bro, I've been there.
You work so hard that you forget how to rest.
And you forget how to actually have fun doing the things that you enjoy doing. And then you forget what you enjoy doing.
Okay, so who would you like to work with?
And not by alone.
Yeah. Call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
If you could work with
who would I like to work with?
Yeah.
In any genre?
Yeah, any genre.
Or just this genre?
Any genre.
Oh man, I'd love to work. Well, I am trying to work with the Elevators. That I hope is going to happen. I'm trying to get the perfect song for them to be on with me at some point. That's something I've been working on for a while. So it's just got to be a home run. Oh man, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to write something with that Nathan from Ayaterra. I'd rather have him sing because that guy can really fucking sing.
So if you could write a type of song, what kind of song do you think you would have his voice sing? Like a love song or a hardcore song?
I'd probably do a little more hardcore. I'd want to get something with some balls to it, a little more, got some punk rock to it, and test out his range. The rambling down the highway song or something with him. He's very talented. I don't know. There's a lot of guys. I don't want to leave people out. I just met some people in Guam that are just like incredible singers, 3-part harmonies. They're like, I'd love to sit in a room with that band and be like, let's write a soul song.
It's like turn these words into magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing because a lot of times you'll see like Otis Redding songs and you just see the lyrics written out and they don't seem like much, and then you see someone deliver these lyrics like with a voice like that, and you're like, wow, what a great well-written song. Krungbin, if I had my dream, you ever hear of Krungbin? They don't have many. That would be an absolute dream. That's like shooting for the stars, is writing a song with Krungbin. That would probably be like the dream of all dreams. Yeah, it's Thai funk. They did a national tour with me.
That sounds pretty cool though. So do you listen to reggae, or is there like a different genre of music that you would that you usually listen to? Like, what do you like?
I've been listening to like a lot of old reggae, like Gregory Isaacs and Dennis Brown and Toots and the Marleys. I have not listened as much reggae rock just because I don't want it to like seep into what I'm doing. Because if I listen to something long enough, then it like ends. I'll write a song and I'll be like, oh shit, that sounds like yeah. And then you got to be careful about that, like getting into your subconscious.
Even what you listen to, there's a weird balance of how you described it. You're listening to certain things because you don't want a different style to affect the style that you put out.
Yeah.
So that's the same where you have to have balance between career and family and
music
life
and everything.
There's balance even in what you choose to play in music that surrounds you. It's how is this going to affect me later listening to this song? And so, I mean, music is such an important part in people's lives. It's fucking magical.
Yeah.
It is. These people are great. Like, why are they great? Why is the Jackson 5? I mean, we know why Jackson 5 is great. They're just amazing singers. And, you know, I'll listen to John Prine and Johnny Cash and Bob Dylan and, you know, go to Hendrix and go to the Grateful Dead and try to be like, why are these songs great? Lou Reed, I wrote a bunch of stuff because the pandemic was so depressing that I just put on like Velvet Underground. I put on a lot of Velvet Underground, and I ended up with a couple of songs that came out from that. And I still don't know what the hell to do with it. They're done. It's done, but I want to put out a reggae record first, and then because everybody's kind of been waiting on that type of record from me. I don't want to come out with some crazy ass shit.
They're all wait.
Oh, that's
culture shock. Wait.
Yeah, it's like give them that, and then give them something else after that. To like, okay, well, I still have this. If I don't dig it, I still have this.
Yeah.
We recently spoke with some of the guys from Lake Dub, and they have a lot of the same thing where some of them are in like a spaghetti western kind of band as well, and then they're also they're putting out a reggae record, but they're also going to do an EDM.
Like more like
oh, wow, yeah.
And that's 3 genres right there from the same people sitting at this table. The music that you need in whatever moment, it's not all going to be from the same genre. Sometimes you need something that hits hard.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sometimes you need something soft and soulful. And, you know, it's a skill to be able to make music covering all those bases. So good job.
EDM spaghetti western band. That sounds pretty fucking incredible.
Reggae, don't forget reggae.
And reggae, yeah.
EDM spaghetti western reggae.
Yeah, with dub. You can get the dub, get some dub in there. Do a dub version.
Like dub.
They're making an album right now. Hit them up.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
They're in the thick of it. Jump in there.
I used to play shows
right now, working hard.
Yeah,
like
so
hook
when
up
will
and
you be in
barbecue.
town?
So when are you coming out here?
I'm back September 4th. I'm playing that Dry Diggings Fest, but I think we're going to be rehearsing down in SoCal. And I'd actually wanted to write a song. Maybe that'd be a good record a song with some of my band out there. So that might be a good time to do that. I'll maybe get Lou involved.
Yeah, do
Well,
it. Yes.
Well, yeah,
we say yes.
Yes. I mean, tell us when we'll be there.
Yeah, so what else do you have coming up? Since you're looking, this is a good time. What do you have
Yeah,
coming
tell
up?
us what the calendar says.
Pimp yourself out.
Denver and Pueblo, Colorado. I'm doing some acoustic shows there. And then Atlantic City, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Then I'm doing the Everwild Festival with Trubadelic and Article Sound System and 30 Heads. That should be dope. I'm like playing the late night owl set, which is cool. I was supposed to do it acoustic, but I'm bringing the band because the next day I'm playing this cool thing in PA called Music Fest. That's in Bethlehem, PA. Then Dry Diggings. I'm playing a cool little porch fest. That's in Asbury. Phoenix in October. And also Yuma, Arizona. I'm playing. Then in November. I'm playing a cool tour with K-Bong and Johnny Cosmic and Tropodelic. That's like 6 shows in Florida, which is dope. And then I'm gonna go to Key West. Yeah, I'm doing some Key West shows. I'm actually stoked on the Key West because my wife and I love going down there, and I got this residency, this place I go, and so we make a vacation out of it. We're spending Thanksgiving down there. So
that's rad.
That was going to be a question. Do you bring your family?
Yeah, I was going to
along?
ask that too. So does your family go with you a
I mean,
lot, or?
No, not much. I mean, I'm not tour busing. Really. So,
but if they can, like you said,
like a vacation,
make a trip out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just she's so little. It's our first kid too. We're so overprotective. It's just a way.
That's okay. You're supposed to be.
Yeah, she's gonna be 1 next week though, so that's why she on the 15th she'll be 1 year old. So that's what I was doing in the backyard. Thank you, Sophia. Yeah, I'm putting out a new song too. I just posted a picture of it. It's called The Garden, which is funny because we're working in my wife's garden, butterfly garden.
Oh, how
and
cool.
I just wanted to write a love song about my wife, and so that's.
Do you prefer to write acoustic music or like full band electric? I see you have both hanging behind you on the wall. Which one do you grab?
Yeah, the acoustic generally. I do like. I feel like if you can write a song completely on the acoustic guitar, then it's good, then it could translate to a full band. But you should be able to sit with most songs and have an acoustic version of it, and it translate that way. Probably because I played a lot of acoustic. I really still enjoy playing acoustic a lot. Talk about freedom. And only having one other guy with you on the road. I want to get me a nice Sprinter and fix it all up and go out with the family and kind of do like a couple shows and go camping and, make it fun. My wife loves nature, and
that'd be cool.
Make it like little vacations instead of such hard work. So the acoustic can make that possibility rather than, dragging 7 guys camping with you or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So what instruments? I see different instruments. What instruments do you play?
I'm really just a guitar player and singer. I mess around with piano a little bit, but I just got into that later in my life, the last 4 or 5 years. I've tried to get. I was doing a lot of work on piano. I actually did a couple songs. I love the guitar, and I'll always be a guitarist. If I could start over, it's a little hard later in life to be good at piano, like very good.
Yeah.
I have arthritis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel by now, yeah.
It'd be cool during a set to kind of hop up and play like a couple songs.
Yeah.
On piano just to show that I can. Or I used to be such a vagabond. I used to bounce all over the place. I think even when I lived in San Diego, I lived in like 7 places in 10 years or something crazy.
Yeah.
Dang.
And so I was never really able to set up like anything big. I was, I slept on a lot of couches in my younger days and didn't have a lot to show for it. So
looking at your music career, it does look like you have plenty to show for it.
Yeah.
There's 80 songs or something you said to show it. And that's a good accomplishment.
Thank you. Yeah, it never feels like enough.
Yeah.
It always feels like I need another record, but
I mean, I'm sure people wouldn't be sad.
No. At all.
yeah. I want to do a lot more, a lot more collaborating and writing in these coming years. I know things are starting to happen again. I kind of was off on my own for a little while, and I'm just glad that I'm back in the scene and talking to people that are, down to work with me. I think it's going to be a productive next couple of years, and nothing like a young kid to get the fire burning too. It's
right. Where can people find you? Like, where do you have a website?
Yep, MikePintoMusic.com, and Mike Pinto Music is my Instagram and Spotify. You can find me on that. Where should I be telling people? I got a YouTube page too. They say Tidal pays the most out, but I don't know anybody who listens to Tidal. It's all like hip hop, I guess. A lot of hip hop, but I guess I'm on Tidal.
I haven't heard of that one. So shit, yeah. Tell us where if that pays. Oh.
Find me at a show. Come to the show.
Yes, I like that. And your tour dates and everything are up on your website, right? So they can find all of the dates, because you named so many places that they can see you play. We have people that watching all over, so that's really cool that you're going to be playing all over.
Yeah, you are all over.
Everyone. Yeah, much love to everyone. Thank you. If you've ever heard of me, appreciate talking about the journey, because the journey is everything. I'm trying to appreciate it. If you can understand now, I'm working on enjoying every day. I've been getting a lot of love lately, and I'm finally in the place where I'm more grateful for that than ever. So
I can't let you go until I ask this question. It's very special to me. If you could be any animal, what animal would you be?
Oh, I love it. Everybody does that.
I want to give a good answer. This is hard. Why is it so hard for me?
You know why it's hard? It's a personal question. You have to evaluate the traits in yourself that you would transfer into a new body. So you have to go in and consider what you like the most about yourself. That's why it's hard.
Yeah.
Some kind of a flying animal at this point in time. I think we're talking about freedom, right?
Right.
So I guess if I could be, first of all, I'd love to be a hawk or eagle, because my eyes are shit now. So I'd love to have their eyesight.
I like that.
I missed that 2020. And if you're a hawk or eagle, you're kind of on the top of the food chain. You're not something that's going to get eaten. I don't know.
Yeah, there is a lot of freedom in flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the freedom of flying. Even the way they the male gets the female and they're playing along, they're flirting in the trees and they're bouncing off it. I think that's pretty sweet.
I can't wait to hear the song you wrote, the love song you wrote. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Oh yeah. When I have a new record, I'll hopefully play some great CD release parties. I'm hoping that's going to happen by the new year. That's my plan. I think I have another tour I can't really talk about till that's in January. And then after that is hopefully I'll have a record ready to roll. For right now, I'm going to keep hitting this reggae. I'm going to start writing more reggae songs because I'm feeling that again. And some of these young artists are inspiring me to want to continue to do it. So
nice.
You said you're the happiest you've been in forever, and now you feel the reggae vibe again.
Yeah.
And that's nice.
It brought you back to the reggae
That means
vibe.
reggae is happy.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, I think you're right, because
it's the connection in the family and the everything that you get from it too, Yeah,
you got to trust the vibe and wherever it takes you.
Yeah, I'm liking where I'm going right now, and things are opening up. So definitely got that reggae sound again, and this record will probably be more of a reggae record. And then maybe in the winter I'll drop something called the Winter Session, something with it's a little more darker. Not right now. I'm too happy to be writing dark stuff at this moment. So just keep at it.
Well,
But,
we
thanks-
appreciate it. And we
thanks to
appreciate
people
sharing
like
your
you.
time with us.
Yeah. We are so sorry that we took you from your gardening or your building of things. I super appreciate you hitting us back
we should
up.
bring her. You want to see?
Oh, do we get to?
my
Yeah.
lady? Yeah, this is my wife and daughter
Hi.
Sophia.
Oh my goodness.
Happy birthday.
This is my family. This is what it's all about.
Well, thank you so much for letting us have some of your family time.
Yeah.
You know, and all the family time you give us when you let him go out and entertain.
And go on tour.
Yeah. We
Part of the-
appreciate it.
Hi.
Hi.
That's
Yeah,
the
it
best
never ends.
right there.
Uh-huh.
That's the home ownership. Home ownership is.
Nice
to see you.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, we have to get the whole yard ready on the garden and the house, and
Yeah.
just because we're gonna party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mess it all up.
I know.
Thank you again 100 times. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
We really appreciate your time.
Thanks for spreading the word and have a good day.
All
We
right.
will. And we love your
Bye.
music. Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, can't wait to hear the new
Thank you.
stuff. Bye.
Cool. Bye, ladies.
You know what I really loved a lot is that he said talking to us was like therapy.
Yeah.
And I really liked that because we hear that a lot. It's a therapeutic experience because they leave us feeling very good and feeling lifted up.
Yeah.
And that's what we like to do for people. And that's why we do what we do.
Honestly, that's how we met.
Yeah.
It was one of us was low, the other needed to be picked up, and so we did. And it just went back and forth. And when we interview these people, it feels amazing to be able to remind them of the hard work that other people can see that they may have forgotten about because they're still fucking working hard.
Yeah, you know, a lot of artists are in that place where they need people to boost them up.
Yes.
They don't realize how awesome they are.
Yes.
They don't realize how important they are. They don't realize that we realize how hard they work. That's another reason we do what we do is so that we can show people the effort and the hard work that goes into everything that they do.
Yeah.
I can't begin to tell you how many artists we've talked to who are like, oh my God, thank you for saying that.
And they're not
I mean,
thanking
everybody
us.
too.
They're thanking the fans.
Yeah.
And Mike Pinto specifically
Yeah.
thanked the fans of the reggae genre.
Yeah.
It wasn't
You
us.
said you guys, which we are fans.
It's all of you listening.
We are you guys. I mean, we are all each other when it
Yeah.
comes down to it.
One love.
You know? Yeah.
It was cool to be able to like talk about all the experiences with him and gauge the growth and break it down into those different sections of life, because when you tell your own story, you don't specifically think about it that way. So one of the things that about the Labyrinth is how Sarah starts out wanting one specific thing in like her story, and she's like, I just want freedom, and I'm
Goblin King, take this child far away from me.
Yes. Exactly like that.
Goblin King, wherever you may be. I know, I don't know the whole thing.
I mean, she doesn't know it either, and that's part of the point of the movie is that she doesn't know the right shit to say.
Yeah.
And when we were talking to Mike Pinto, he kept talking about like he doesn't know what he's doing, or he doesn't know what level, or he doesn't know what's next. Not that he didn't know, but just that there were so many different parts of his life. And I thought it was funny because like throughout the Labyrinth, she keeps going through all these different
And
trials
learning different
and-
things and
Yes, and having to go through different experiences and
meeting way different kinds of people.
Yes.
Apparently.
yes, and it's this whole journey, and then at the end, it ends with her and like her little brother. It's like her and there's this little baby. And in his interview, it ended, and it was him and his little baby.
It is crazy. It is crazy. And that's why we chose what we chose. So
I just thought it was fun, and I was like, oh dang, like I don't know. There was a lot of parallels that we didn't really see or do on purpose.
yeah, we usually don't. And it's really cool because shit like this happens. And it's like it was supposed to be. We've been planning this episode for a long ass time.
Yes, and we couldn't figure out what interview or like what
When.
episode to use the Labyrinth for. And I think Labyrinth was a really good metaphor for making your way through the labyrinth of the music industry and the music scene.
Yeah.
Yes, and so Mike was saying how he was able to build his career. He went through all of the trials, the tribulations. He went through the labyrinth, and then he was able to successfully land his music on iTunes at the correct time to where that supported him through the rest of his journey through it. Like,
It's about building. It's about leveling up. It's about getting to that next level, and that's how it was in the movie as well.
Yes, and so one of the things that he said, and this is where I was going with this, and it took me a long time to get there, but he said he didn't want anyone else to be in charge. Just like when Sarah says, "You have no power over me." You do it your way, and as long as you're learning every time you try and level up, you learn the lessons, like she said.
Yeah.
People can't have that power over you, and you can do it your way, and you're more successful that way than you will be if you do it per industry standard, if that makes sense.
The other thing is the movie also shows that you need a team behind you to do it.
Yeah.
You need those people because you need the teamwork that was in that movie is exactly the kind of teamwork that you need in life from the people around you.
Yep.
Is to push you to do better.
Should you need us?
Should you need us?
That's us. Dirty Sisters.
Should you need us?
Just call. So it was cool. Like, we picked the labyrinth. It was a last minute decision for this to be the theme to go with his interview, but it fit perfectly, and I don't know, it just made sense in my head. Like, you think you want to go one way, you think you want one thing, you start doing it, you get a little further in your career, and you're like, wait, that's not actually...
Don't go that way.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, fuck, okay, new direction. And then you get this far, and then you're like, fuck, new direction.
Are you sure you want to knock on that door?
Yeah, and then you, like, end up down, and the hands are dropping you, and then you're fighting machine robots and climbing ladders. Like...
running through stairs that are upside down. Holy shit. Where am I even?
And so, I don't know. I like the metaphor of it. And we really appreciated him giving us his time and talking about all that stuff because he said a lot of things that can fit for many people in the music industry.
Yeah.
They can't do it without fans. And so one of the questions that we always ask is, how can the fans help you guys? Like, of course, buy the merch. You're a walking billboard for them. If you like them, make other people like them. Wear their shit. Buy their stuff. It pays for their gas and their hotel rooms so that they can tour. It pays for the hours that they spend in a studio recording because they do have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Like,
join their fan pages.
Share the music. Play the music. But one thing
I was going to say, you were telling me this the other day.
Yes. I've heard a couple artists on Facebook talking about how they had a sudden boost in streams and they couldn't figure out where it was coming from. It was Russ Baum was telling this. Reels, stories, all of those things on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, when you add
Snapchat
a song.
too.
Yeah, Snapchat. When you add a song to all of those things, it counts as a stream for that artist. Every time you post a picture and a story, attach a song to it, the artist will get paid faster for that than they will collecting them on iTunes.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, not always, but more attainable platform, and it's used more often so it can build their streams faster. So if you have favorites, attach their songs to your shit.
Yeah, and it'll help make them go viral as well because the more shares something gets, the bigger it is. So
yeah.
It's just the algorithms of the medias.
It's all the numbers. So the more stories it's attached to, the more eyes that it sees, the more times it can be shared. And then people now can like do duets and attach shit to things. I don't know. Melissa had to learn all that.
Oh, yeah. I'm learning all the TikTok things because that's my job. And so if you guys ever want to follow us or help like or comment on our stuff, it is a nameless production on TikTok.
It's a big thing. So attach the things because that helps them and, you know, it gets them where they want to be a little bit faster. And it's such an easy thing. You guys are all fucking around on your phones anyways.
Right?
So ta-da! And then you can help them.
Ooh, and talking about helping out, we dropped some new merch on our website.
Yep. We did.
Jessie drew up some really cool sober designs. There's California sober ones, which is really, really badass. Probably one of my favorite ones that she did.
There's Cali Sober and there's Sober Squad.
Oh, okay, yes.
So you can go on dirtysisters.org and grab those. They'll be up for a while. And then we have our summer line that's out too. Grab those as well. Because that supports us the same as it does all of these bands, because we create all of our backdrops and we pay for gas to go interview these people so that we can help them and advertise them for free, basically. You know, we're just here to share their music and their story and nothing else. So anytime you guys can help us, it helps every band that we get to talk to.
Right. Buy the merch because that helps us a lot. There's other cool shit there too. If you're not sober, there's other stuff because we got something for everybody.
There's skull designs. There's mermaid, octopus designs. There's a gnome design, I think. Yeah, Davy Gnomes. So check it out. I mean, it's a lot of fun shit, and we update our merch every couple months, and it's always a surprise. And it's me who does it. I have many jobs you guys didn't know. So it's very sweaty.
Yeah, so we're going to say goodbye and peace out.